Hey, it's Luke here and welcome back to the Transcending Thought channel and podcast. The topic of this video again is Manifestation In-Depth 101. Talking about how to manifest a better life, to manifest abundance, joy, peace, and kind of a better life for yourself. I'm going to go into it in detail in this video right now. So I'm going to cover the most kind of practical manifestation tips and methods that I know that genuinely work, okay? Because they've worked in my own life, so I have the proof. So manifestation simply means aligning yourself with a certain energetic frequency that matches the thing that you want, okay? So everything around you right now is energy, vibrating at a certain frequency to form the illusion of matter, okay? So nothing really is solid, it's all vibrating energy at different frequencies, giving the perception of objects and things and material things. But at its foundation, it's one energy vibrating at different frequencies. And it's no different to you. This body that you are inhabiting is vibrating at a certain frequency that is attracting certain things to you that match that energy, like a radio that attracts a certain wave depending on the dial that you tune it to. Makes sense? When you have this radio, you can change the dial, and when you change the dial to a different frequency, it attracts a certain station that produces a different output. And it's the same for your body, and it's the same for your mind. Your thoughts, your feelings is energy frequencies. Your job is to raise your energetic frequency to the state that you wish to experience. Now I'm going to show you this chart that I've showed on this channel a few times. It's the emotional chart, different emotions to different emotional frequencies, energetic frequencies. So the lower frequencies are this shame and the guilt and the fear and these sorts of things. And then there's the higher state, which is love and abundance and all of that stuff. And the energy that you're operating from, I truly believe, affects your external world. Okay, and you can observe it in yourself if you don't believe me. If you don't believe me, let's do this and we can see. So, as you can see, if you're operating from these lower states, your external world is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. It's going to be more of a struggle. It's going to be more of an uphill battle that you're fighting against non-stop. That's how you're going to be feeling. And the power that you have towards creation, another word for manifestation is just creation. The power that you have towards creation is going to be diminished because all you have is your hands and your thinking brain. That's all that you really have at your disposal. As you come up this chart to a more higher state, what begins to happen is you don't just have your hands and your brain. You become more light. You become more ethereal. You become more spiritual. And when you become more spiritual, you're becoming more in alignment with the deep power that is governing this world and the universe. The universe is not random. There is an intelligence to it. There is a wisdom, a connecting wisdom guiding all of life that we humans can feel. We lost touch with it, but we can access it again by becoming still and by becoming present. So by becoming present, what that means is raising yourself on this chart to the more acceptance state. So you can see here there's a pivotal shift on this chart where there's the lower vibrations or the heavy emotions, and then there's the higher vibrations, and there's this kind of pivotal moment that comes in the acceptance state. Now acceptance simply means seeing your present moment as it is and to offer no resistance towards it, whether it's your external world or it's your internal world. You offer no resistance towards that, but you just observe it from a place of non-judgment and neutrality. In other words, you realize that the present moment is as it is. Your present moment right now is as it is. No matter what the mind has to say about it, it can fight against it as much as it wants. The now is as it is. And when you see the isness, the neutrality of the now that exists beyond the mind's perception of things, and you come to this place of just observing what is, you instantly raise this chart. So how do you do that? Very simply, you can just practice right now. Just pretend that right now, everything is perfect. Everything right now is perfect. It's exactly how it's supposed to be on your spiritual journey, on your life's journey. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. Everything right now is perfect. You are exactly where you're supposed to be, and everything is exactly as it's supposed to be. It's either teaching you something, which is great, you're evolving, you're learning, which is why we're here on this planet, or it's good, so that's fine anyway. Practice that, seeing that, and coming into this place of alignment with the present moment. This has nothing to do with the future and nothing to do with the past. You narrow your attention down to the very now, and you accept this is how things are right now. You don't allow the mind to criticize, judge, or label, you just accept it. You should feel an energy come in, a stillness arise. And that stillness is a different frequency that your body is tuning into, a more higher state of being. When you stop fighting against the present moment, you shift and you accept the present moment and align yourself with it. And from that place of alignment, a higher, more empowered action can then begin to flow into what you do and what you create. Drop the desire for the fruits of your actions, focus on the actions themselves, says the Bhagavad Gita. What that means is, don't focus on your future and stop trying to get away from the present moment towards some future that doesn't exist. You can't escape the present moment. You can't get out of it. It's not possible. And the constant trying to do so is causing you into a state of resistance. When you realize you can't get out of the present moment is all that there is. As some of you may know, I often say that time moves through you. So you're not in a moment heading to another moment. You're in the eternal now, and forms pass by. Time moves through you. The future is making its way towards you. And I often say to people that there is an infinite number of futures stretched out in front of you right now. Imagine it. Just imagine right now, stretched out in front of you, there's an infinite number of futures. And the future that is heading towards you is the future that resonates with your emotional state, your vibrational state. So if you're in a state of lack and fear and guilt and shame, that's the frequency that your radio is tuned to, and that future is heading this way. If you can shift that, view ahead towards you, the more positive future that you want of abundance and peace and freedom, and see that in front of you, lock your attention on it, and genuinely realize that time does move through you. You're not moving towards it. You have to genuinely see what I'm saying, and then feel that future making its way towards you, as if you've just locked it into Amazon and it's on its way. And you feel it coming towards you. You should feel an energy shift. I truly believe this is a really powerful manifestation practice that's never talked about. Seeing that which you want heading towards you now, and feeling as if it's already arrived. You've already ordered it. It's just coming. It's just on its way. Your energy field shifts. You're locking in the higher vibrational future. You're not going to get it, which is pulling you away from the now. You accept that you're in the now and you can't escape it, but it's coming towards you. Can you feel the different energy there? And through that state, what happens then is you begin acting. You don't just sit and do nothing, you act, but you don't try and escape the present moment. You see the present moment coming towards you. It's on its way. And when you do that, you then begin acting, doing, from this higher state. Maybe you're writing a book. You're not trying to rush to get the book finished. You write one word at a time presently, and seeing in your mind's eye that book published and successful, but you're not trying to race there. You're comfortable where you are and know that it's arriving to you. That's my view of the law of attraction. It arrives to you. You don't go and get it. You don't even focus on trying to attract it. It's an effortless action, an effortless ease of truly seeing that time does move through you. I'm not lying. It's not like something you convince yourself of yes, but you don't believe it. You really see. And what I mean by that, if you can really grasp what I'm saying, is you never leave the present moment. And because you never leave the present moment, how do you ever move through time? You see, you can't do that. It's not logical. It's not possible, because you're always in the present moment. So it's just to understand there what I mean. Time forms come in and leave by your timeless perception. You are a timeless, infinite awareness as form comes and goes. You are consciousness and awareness, observing of forms, the play of forms. Don't attach yourself to them. Observe them as they come in, enjoy them, and as they come past, let them pass by. That's the ease of living. Forms come in, a relationship, amazing. When you enjoy it while it's here. Perhaps it leaves you, okay, that's what was meant to be. You let it pass by. You're a timeless awareness watching the dance of forms pass by. That's the spiritual way of living, and it keeps you in that higher vibrational state. So in order to manifest, it's not sitting down and trying to manifest something, because if you're doing that, you're in a state of lack, because you feel as though you're not enough, you need something to feel whole. And you put yourself into a state of lack, and that's what you'll experience. You're draining yourself of power. If you can focus on one thing for manifestation, raise your vibration by becoming comfortable with now. Raise your vibration by accepting and becoming one with now. Stop looking to the future for salvation and realize that the only salvation can happen now, because it's the only moment you can ever experience. The egoic state is the dysfunctional state towards the present moment. The egoic state is looking to the future for salvation and trying to hurry there, which pulls you away from life and up into the mind, and you incarnate into form, into thought forms into the mind, because there is no future. There's just imagination. You're thinking. You're thinking in the present moment. You're looking at a thought in the present moment. Am I making sense? There's no future. There's a thought that you're looking at. And you've just incarnated into that thought, into that dream. And you're lost in the dream. You're daydreaming about something that you'd prefer other than reality of what is. It's just a neuron in your brain firing, and you're lost in it. So come out of that neuron, come out of that little thought as the awareness, and become the awareness of now. And you awaken. You become more spiritual. The word spiritual means living as that awareness. Awareness and spirit is the same word. Consciousness and spirit is the same word. When people in the past used the word spirit, they were referring to consciousness. Consciousness is who you are. It's the subject observing the objects of your mind and objects of this world. That's spirit. The formless awareness. That is the space between form. So when you know yourself as the awareness, your energy shifts already. That's all you need. When you know yourself to be awareness, you are operating from the highest possible place on that chart, because that's enlightenment. Enlightenment is knowing yourself as awareness. Enlightenment means consciousness no longer incarnates into flesh. Enlightenment means awareness no longer incarnates into the thinking mind. Thinking is consistently happening for most people, but there is an awareness behind that thinking process. When awareness, space can come into your mind and sense itself completely and no longer get lost in that little voice, the little story, the little unhappy self that's the ego. But awareness can transcend that and sense itself as the infinite perceiving consciousness. That's enlightenment. Make sense? So, awareness of now, seeing time moving through you, choosing the future of abundance that you wish and see it heading towards you. I often suggest as well, don't make it too specific. See it quite general, of just a state of abundance. Perhaps you're helping people in a certain way. Perhaps you want to create music that's really amazing. Perhaps you want to help people as a spiritual person. Perhaps you want to be a certain career, or perhaps you want a certain relationship. Whatever it is, see yourself in those roles, in those states of doing that, and feel the feelings of how that feels, of the joy of carrying out those actions in these states. And live it now, feel it now, get yourself into that energy now. And then imagine, just really do this for a week. That practice of seeing the future that you want towards you, locking it in, and imagining that it's already coming. It's already coming. It's already on its way. You will feel an excitement as if it's Christmas, as if you've just ordered something and it's really amazing and it's on its way and it's really exciting, and your whole energy field shifts. And it's such a good state to be in, rather than stressing and worrying. And then your efforts will become easier, and your actions will begin to flow, and you're changing your tune to experience the world in a more helpful way. And this is when synchronicities come in. This is when things just seem to happen. Things just come into your life for whatever reason. And when that happens, you realize, I did that. Your mind might dismiss it. Oh, that's nonsense. You did that. You created that synchronicity in the universe that aligned something to you to create that experience that you wished would happen. That's the power that you have inside of yourself. If you don't have an hour a day to sit down and do this, why not? It's so unbelievably life-changing. So I hope that helps you in your manifestation practice. Change your frequency to a higher state by accepting the now, seeing the thing that you want heading towards you, realizing time moves through you, and feeling that excitement and that joyful state. Bring yourself into gratitude for what you have and knowing that more's to come. Actually, just one more thing I'll add before we finish. One more most powerful manifestation practice that I know of, what I call lofty questions. So lofty questions is sitting down in meditation, clearing your mind, emptying the mind by becoming present and becoming still, sensing the awareness, and asking yourself questions worded in a certain way. So the questions may sound like, why is the universe so giving? Why is the universe so abundant? How did I get so lucky? Why do good things always happen to me? Why am I so loved by the people around me? Why is everyone around me so nice and so friendly? How does this abundance just continuously keep coming into my life? How is the universe such a giving and loving place? Asking yourself these questions generates emotions in your body that answer and match that frequency, that pull you into a state of higher vibration. And you probably felt it if you were doing that along with me. Asking yourself those questions forces yourself to answer them, and by doing that, it convinces you as if it's true. Because your mind creates your reality. So if you ask yourself that question and genuinely ask it from a place of, how is the universe such a giving place? Your body shifts, and that's the world you then inhabit, and that's the world that you see, and it will shift your life. So I hope those practices are helpful. Put them into place, keep understanding it, and keep going. Just keep practicing it, keep carving out time in your day to do this stuff. It's so powerful, and your life will begin to change. So I hope I've helped you on this manifestation practice. Come and join me for more videos. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care.